morning, guys. So I decided to come out and do a little bit of woodland photography this morning. So we're at this great location in Old Warden in Bedfordshire. And just over my shoulder we've got this great little composition. So we've got the Keeper's Cottage, or the Keeper's Lodge, which is nestled nicely there in the woodland. And it's framed beautifully by the silver birch there on the right and the Scots pine on the left. We've also got the sun rising behind it, which has given us that lovely colour. And we've also got a little bit of haze or mist in the woodland, which has given us that nice atmospheric feel. Now, with regards to the settings on the camera, so we're shooting at f10, 20th of a second at ISO 100. We're also bracketing the shots because a filter won't be able to cope with that complicated skyline. So if I try to balance the highlights, then we're going to get dark tops of the trees. So we're bracketing the images, 2 darker, 2 lighter, 1 normal shot, and then we'll blend them together in Photoshop to give us a really nice dynamic range, so we're not getting blown out highlights and underexposed shadows. Now, just behind me as well, I've also got the Fuji just down there time-lapsing. So that's taking about 500 images, about 5 seconds apart. -1 on the exposure, auto shutter speed, f8, and we're shooting at ISO 200. Right, whilst I'm waiting for that to finish off, I'm going to take some more images and then I'm going to move off and see if I can find any more compositions. Okay, so I'll catch you guys shortly. Okay guys, so I've only come about 100 yards from where I was before, and I've come across these sun rays just streaming through the trees here. So I've set up a time lapse just to capture that movement. I've also taken some images, so I've set the Nikon up in a vertical composition. With regards to settings on this, so I went for f5.6, 20th of a second, and ISO 100. And I've also bracketed the exposure, which I don't think I need to do, but it's there in case we need it. So I'm just going to wait for this time lapse to finish, and then we're going to head off and see if we can find any more compositions. So I'll catch you guys shortly. Okay guys, so I've just found a slightly different composition on this Keeper's Lodge. It's just nestled behind those trees there, and these pine trees are just giving us a nice little bit of foreground interest. Now I'm just experimenting with a couple of different apertures just to see which works best for its depth of field and everything else. So I'm going to have a little experiment with this, and I'll catch you guys shortly. Okay guys, so I found another lovely composition here. So we've got this footpath which leads the eye through to the Folly building, which is our focal point, and that's framed nicely by the tree standing either side of it. Unfortunately, the sky's really blown out and overexposed, so it's not going to make a great picture today, but it's something that I can come back to at a later date, say at sunrise when the light's a little bit softer and there's a little bit more colour in the sky. But that's me done here for today. I'll do what I normally do. I'll pop all the camera settings and anything that I've missed out down in the description below. If you've liked this video, please give me the thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel if you wish to see future videos. And once again, thanks very much for watching.